I'm officially moved back to Texas and I could not be more excited for these upcoming months. The question everybody has been asking, where will I be living? Well, let me show you. After weeks of trying to figure out where I was gonna live, I finally settled on buying myself a camper. It just didn't feel right to spend like $1,400 on something that I'm never gonna own if I were to rent an apartment or something. And I obviously didn't want to move back in with my parents because I want my own space. The reason I moved back to Texas was to get my own space because I'm ready for that next step in my life. I want to cook in my own kitchen. I want to shop for my own groceries. I want to clean my own house. Like, I'm ready for that step. So after a lot of consideration, I decided to buy my camper. I'm so excited because this is a big project because the inside is very outdated, but I want to make it very homey and me. So these next couple of weeks, with the help from my brothers, we're gonna start tearing everything out. We're putting in new flooring, painting the walls, cabinets, everything new, and I'm so excited because this is gonna be such a fun project. They're hooking it up to the truck now to take it to my brother's house. I'm gonna follow behind them in my car. It's the next day and I'm heading over to my brother's house now and we're gonna start ripping things up. I am so excited. I just made it here and my brother already opened up all the slides. There is a soft spot in the floor. So that's what's gonna get fixed first. Sam's gonna get started fixing the soft spot, but in order to do that, we have to completely move this entire island. And it might be a little bit worse than we thought it was, but we'll find out in a few minutes. And while he's doing that, I'm gonna start ripping off all of these ugly curtains. All right, first one done. Now I have like 10 more to do. I just moved the table and I found another soft spot in the floor. It feels very mushy right here. Oh, I don't know what happened here. Looks like maybe a dog chewed it up. I don't know. They just ripped up the island and moved it, so now they can start tearing up flooring.
Like, look, you got a insulated floor, which is really nice. Ready?
Yep. They said they felt like they were working in a rat's nest, so I'm gonna get some of the curtain trash out.
Tomato sauce mixture. That's all it.
After I got all the window curtains done, there really wasn't much more for me to do today. So I just tried my best to follow behind them and clean up all the messes without being in their way. The soft spot on the floor was definitely a little bit worse than we expected it to be, but like all things, it can be fixed. It's just going to take a little bit more time. This is how we're leaving the camper today. We got all the rot up and out. So this is the current state and we'll be back in a couple days. Oh my gosh. Today we're gonna go ahead and fill in those spots that we tore out. So in a minute we're gonna head out and get some materials. However, the weather is absolutely horrendous today, so it's a little annoying to work with, but We gotta get this done. I'm so thankful that I have really handy brothers. Like, they know how to do anything and everything, so they're completely helping me renovate this, which is super nice.
Hey Leah, add liquid nails to your shopping list.
All right, me and my brother Tyler are heading off to Home Depot now to pick up all the material that we need. For the past hour, we've been discussing a game plan because we ripped it down to the bare bones, so we had to rebuild the support. So once we figure out exactly what we needed, we're heading off to the store now to pick up all the materials. Not see where I'm steering this thing, so if I hit someone, I'm so sorry. We got all the material that we need, and I honestly thought that it was going to be a lot more. I was expecting to pay like $4.50 in materials, but I only spent like $2.80, I think. I'll have to look at my receipt, but I was expecting to spend more, so thankfully it was cheaper than I thought. There was a lot that needed to be cut, so as soon as we got back with the materials, they started cutting everything for the support system. It is so nice having brothers who are super handy. There's one in the camper getting all the measurements, one cutting everything, and then my other brother is inside making lunch. So I'm really just roaming around over here today. It is pouring. Holy crap. There really isn't a whole lot for me to do today because they're just cutting, measuring, and fixing up that soft spot, so nothing else can really be done in there today. But after they're done with that, I plan to start painting, so then I'll be useful. I'm taking materials back and forth to them. Here you go. After having to rip out all the rotting floor, there was absolutely no support. We were down to the bare bottom, like it was a tarp. So we had to completely reconstruct a whole new support system. We started by framing out all the little sections, then nailing them together so we could pull them out in one piece, so we could then put screws in it to make it even more sturdy. Our plan after that is to drill the frame into the metal supports that surround it. Then after we got all the screws in that one section done, we went ahead and popped it back into the floor. This trim is really messed up, and this door is also broke, so I'm guessing that they left this open and one of the sides either opened or closed, it got ripped. So my plan is to tear all of this out and replace it with like a more simple trim, because I also just think this looks a little bit outdated. I just want something really like minimalist and simple to put on here. And then down here, I think this might be water damage because there is a soft spot right here, so I'm guessing it ran all the way to over here and damaged this. So I'm just gonna rip all of this off and completely redo it, fix that soft spot. But that right there and all over there are the only soft spots we found. So I think the rest of the camper is good to go. I got my camper off of Facebook Marketplace and I went to view it, not even planning to buy it. I was just going to see, like, try to figure out what I wanted in a camper. My brother Sam went with me because like he knew what to look for, like what to check and all that, and I didn't really know. So he went with me and we found that one big soft spot, and so we were able to get a really good deal on it. So we knew it was going to be a lot of work to like fix it up, but it was worth it because I got such a good deal. I'm able to get this done and get it done quick with the help from my family. So it worked out perfectly. The weather had been pretty bad all day, but out of nowhere the biggest wind gust came. Well, let me shut this door.
tree, Sam.
This was like 5 minutes later after it had settled down a little bit, and there were so many fallen tree branches, and thankfully none of them fell on my RV, but they fell pretty close to it. Yesterday we had to call it in early because of the weather, so we're back at it today, and my brothers have been there for a few hours. I had to go get lunch with someone, so I wasn't able to be there this morning. So I'm going there right now, and hopefully they've gotten a lot done, so I'm excited to see. Let's see what they've done. What's going on in here? So the plan is to put plywood on the bottom just like over there, and then we're going to drill it into these metal supports right here, then lay the insulation foam, and then finish it off with another layer of plywood on the top. The first support piece is finally in, and it is sturdy. They are so meticulous about things, so I knew they were going to do a really good job on this.
No. Oh, that'd be fair for.
That fits like a glove. It is perfectly flush, so whenever we lay the top thing of plywood, it's so smooth.
Alright, here we go. Alright, go down a little bit. Right there, don't move.
Alright, and another section done. Alright, we got all the framing in except for one little section, which we will do that on another day. So that's a wrap for today. On another day, we'll go in, put the foam down, put another sheet of plywood, and then rip everything else out in another video. But if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and keep an eye out for part 2 of this camper renovation.